The FIFA World Cup starts today, so I thought it would be appropriate to give you my match day predictions for all the matches that are starting on this first game week. Could there be some upsets? I mean, there's every chance there could be, but we'll just have to wait and see. Stay tuned. Kicking off with the tournament opener, we have Qatar against Ecuador. Now, it's not the greatest of games that open a World Cup. I mean, I've got to be honest. I don't know much about Qatar, well, I know about Qatar, but I don't know much about their footballers. I couldn't name you a single footballer. But Ecuador, they have a few decent players. They have that Moses Caicedo who plays for Brighton. Also, Estupinian, the left back, he plays for Brighton, but he used to play for Villarreal. For me, there's only one result that can happen here, and that is Qatar nil, Ecuador 2. A 2-0 win for Ecuador against Qatar to open up the tournament. And now moving on from that, we have the game on Monday, or tomorrow, as when you're watching this. England against Iran. Now, as an England fan, we should really win this game. But with the recent results in the Nations League, I'm not as confident. And Iran, yeah, they're a decent team, and they have something to prove with all the stuff that's going on in their country at the minute. So I'm gonna say England won, Iran won. Iran are gonna hold England to a draw. Staying in England's group, we have the other game which kicks off later on, which is America and Wales. Now these are probably very two evenly matched sides. Both have good players amongst their ranks. I mean, Wales have Gareth Bale, Aaron Ramsey, whereas America have the likes of Pulisic, McKennie, Dest. Yeah, it's a very intriguing matchup, this. But I'm going to go with America 1, Wales nil. America just sneak this. Moving back over to Group A now, we have the other game in Qatar's group, which is Senegal against Netherlands. Now, this is going to still be an interesting game, but the fact is, Senegal have lost Sadio Mane. Now, he is going to be a very, very big miss for Senegal. He's one of, if not their best player, and without him, yes, they can still be dark horses of this tournament, but they're not going to do as well as what they would have if they had Mane. So I'm going to say Senegal nil, Netherlands 2. 2-0 win for the Dutch. They have very good players, and under Louis van Gaal, they can do some serious, serious damage. When we look back at the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, they got all the way to the semi-finals, I believe. And yeah, they played some good football, Holland, and they'll be looking to have a good tournament here. Argentina against Saudi Arabia. Messi's first game of this World Cup. Argentina are among the favourites. They have a very, very good squad, and they're unbeaten in the last 35 matches, I believe. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And they don't just rely on Messi completely now. They play as a team. Literally, even if Messi gets fouled, all the Argentina players will sprint towards the person who fouled him and defend Messi. Not just Messi, they'll defend each other because they care for each other. They'll fight for each other. And that's something you really like to see in any team. So for me, Saudi Arabia, they haven't really got a chance, to be honest. At least that's the way I see it. So Argentina 3, Saudi Arabia 0. Messi, I'll say he'll score 2 goals and then he'll assist another. So a good start for him and his Argentina team. Denmark, Tunisia. Now for me, there is only one winner here, but Denmark are definitely capable. I reckon they could even top this group the way France have been playing. I'm going to give you my prediction. 2-0 Denmark. And yeah, they're almost like everybody's second team in a way, like favourite second team. After what happened in the Euros with Ericsson and on the run they went on, getting knocked out by until they got knocked out by England in the semi-finals. But yeah, they're almost like everybody's second team, favourite second team. And I hope they do well. I really do hope Denmark do well. They could definitely be another one of those dark horses in this tournament. Now that we've mentioned Denmark, we'll mention the other big team in their group, France, and they are playing against Australia. Now, France, they've lost some key players in the build-up to this World Cup. They've lost Kante, Pogba, and Christopher Nkunku. That's three very, very, very big players missing. So they could struggle. And they have been struggling a bit of recent, but their quality should be enough to get past Australia. So I'm going to say 3-0 France. And I reckon who will score? Mbappe will probably get one. And then, you know what, I'll say Giroud will get the other 2 goals. Very underrated striker, Giroud. Now back to Messi's group. And we have Mexico against Poland. Very, very, very intense matchup this will be. Very evenly matched sides, I would say, as well. Got some very good quality. Like Mexico have Lozano, Raul Jimenez when he's on form. But I do think Poland will just sneak this because they've got Chesney, Zielinski, and of course the main man, Robert Lewandowski. So I'm gonna say Mexico 1, Poland 2. Lewandowski to get a 90th minute winner. Morocco, Croatia. This could be another one of those very interesting games. Morocco do have some good players. Hakim Ziyech, and Naziri. Some very, very good players. But Croatia, they got to the final in the last World Cup. And I think Modric and the boys will win this very comfortably. I would say Morocco 1, Croatia 3. Germany, Japan. Germany, Japan. Now this, the last time Germany won the World Cup, they got grouped unbelievably. They got knocked out by South Korea, which nobody was ever expecting. But I think now Germany do look better. They do look better under Hansi Flick. Very good squad. I mean, in the Nations League, as an England fan, we found that out. They have some very good quality players. And yeah, I think they'll have too much for Japan. I'm going to go Germany 2, Japan 0. I would probably say Gnabry gets one and then Havertz gets another. Spain, Costa Rica. This is in the same group as Germany, and Spain will be looking to challenge Germany to get that top spot, but it won't be easy for them. They've got some good players, Spain. The likes of, I mean, there's a lot of Barca players in there, and obviously as a Barcelona fan, it's nice to see. They've got like Busquets, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, Jordi Alba, even recently Alejandro Balde. He's just been recently called up because of the injury to Jose Gaya. So, but Costa Rica are not going to be easy. They're not going to be easy. They have likes of Keylor Navas. Oviedo's a decent player. And they've got some youth as well. They've got some very good young players like that Jewison Bennett. He's meant to be some really good young player. But I do think Spain will win this comfortably. I'm going to say Spain 2, Costa Rica 0. Morata to get 1. And Ansu Fati to get another. Why not? And Pedri, of course, will be pulling the strings in midfield. Maybe even Gavi. Who knows? Belgium, Canada. Now, you see, the thing is with Belgium, they aren't the same team as what they were a few years ago. They don't look good. Like, as of when I'm recording this, they lost to Egypt yesterday, which is pretty bad. That is very, very bad. But they still do have quality players like Kevin De Bruyne, Courtois in goal. But Canada, I mean, it's a nice story for Canada how they've got qualified for the World Cup, and like unbelievable fashion. Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David. You know what? Considering how bad Belgium have been, I'm gonna go Belgium 1, Canada 2. I'm going for an upset. Canada to beat Belgium. Switzerland, Cameroon. This could be another good game, but I think Cameroon, they do have some good players. But Switzerland, I think they will just be able to get past Cameroon here. I'm going to go 2-1 to Switzerland. Xhaka potentially pulling the strings for Switzerland. And maybe even Shaqiri popped out of nowhere a goal. Uruguay versus South Korea. It's Suarez versus Heung-min Son. This is going to be a good game. A very, very good game. Uruguay, they can be dark horses. Very much can be dark horses. Like Suarez, Cavani, Darwin Núñez, Valverde, Ronald Araujo. Some very, very good, experienced but youthful players at the same time. Whereas South Korea, yes, they're heavily reliant on Son. There's no two ways about that. But they still do have some decent players in there. But I think Uruguay will just have a bit too much for them here. I'm going to go 2-1 to Uruguay. Suarez will get one. Valverde will get the other one. And I reckon Son will get a consolation for South Korea. Portugal, Ghana. Now, everything surrounding Portugal at the minute is because of one man, Cristiano Ronaldo, and what he's been saying to Piers Morgan recently in an interview. Basically slamming Man United left, right, and centre. So maybe that could affect Portugal. Maybe it could. But I do think they'll be able to get past Ghana. Thomas Partey won't be able to do it all on his own. So I'm going to say 2-0 Portugal. And you know what? Ronaldo's probably going to end up getting a goal, isn't he? Brazil, Serbia. Now, if we're all being honest, there's only one winner here. But credit to Serbia, because Serbia, they do have some good players. Like Vlahovic, Mitrovic. Very, very good players, but Brazil, they're one of the favourites for the reason. Like, their squad depth is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous to the point where the likes of Roberto Firmino can't even get called up. But yeah, credit to Serbia, but Brazil, they're going to win this comfortably. 3-0 Brazil. And I reckon Neymar, he'll get a couple of goals here. And there you go. Those are my predictions for match week 1 of the FIFA World Cup. Some very good games there. Very good games. But if it plays out like this, then it will be very, very interesting to see. Already gone for 2 upsets. England a draw against Iran. And Canada to beat Belgium. I mean, if those results happen in real life, then it would be pretty insane. But yeah, that's where we're going to leave this video. A load more World Cup content is going to come your way, guys, so don't worry about that. We're going to have the watch-along highlights for England games. We're going to be doing the watch-alongs for the England games and any other games I can get watch-alongs for. Over on my Twitch channel, that'll be linked in the description. And yeah, I'll see you for the next one.